Welcome back and moving on to our first segment for today. Egypt to celebrate opening of the first walkway along banks of Nile Corniche in Cairo, one of the biggest touristic projects taking place. We are preparing for the inauguration of this important walkway. Over the phone we have Mr. Sayed Taha. He's a tourism expert. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. So first of all, tell us more about this latest project.
This project will provide a very good view for the River Nile because we used to have this nice view a long time ago during the last decade. Due to some circumstances, that view had been covered with some buildings and some shops and coffee shops around the River Nile Corniche. And the aim of this project to get back that civilized view of the River Nile. As we can see this view through the River Nile there in Aswan or in Luxor city, even in Minya city as well, those people who had the chance to see the Nile Corniche in Minya, Luxor, at Aswan, they can tell how is very beautiful the Nile view there. Of course, this project will help and will, as I said, provide a very suitable and very civilized view of the River Nile in Cairo city, and that will create different projects like shops and coffee shops around the area that will provide a lot of chances of jobs for the young generation. And in the same time, this project will give us a chance, for the visitors of Cairo city to have a nice walk around the River Nile as well. Of course, the aim of the project will provide a lot of things, little gardens, a lot of trees will be around the River Nile. Also will be like a paved route for the bike, so you can have your bike and you have a nice ride close to the River Nile Corniche. And also will provide some, free places for those people who want to enjoy the River Nile view as well. So this is a very, very important project and will change the idea about Cairo and will facilitate our work. As you know, I work.
Hello? Hello? I think we lost Mr. Sayed, but yes? Mr. Sayed?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So still talking about this important walkway, and maybe we tried this in some of the touristic cities. It achieved great success actually, not only for, as you mentioned, for holiday makers, but to all people. And this is of great importance because it will have also some other stores or more projects to be taken to take place in the same way under the framework of this walkway.
Of course, what I mentioned about the tourists and the travelers will be provided for the local people as an essential topic. That means this project will be prepared for the Cairo citizens. And as I told you, that will give them a chance to enjoy the River Nile, so you can have your bike and walk around, and you can have your children and the whole family can sit by the River Nile, and they can have a quick snack, whatever. It's a very, very important project, and they finished the first step of this project, but the project will cover the whole Nile Corniche through from the north, from Calliope city, up to Helwan city in the south. The project started, and they will recently open the, I mean, in the next days, they are going to open the first step of the project, and that will help a lot, to give a nice view for the people around Cairo city. And in the same time, it's a civilized view for those people who visit Cairo, I mean, by Arab people or the foreigners, so they can give the chance. Some people, they suffer to cross the street. How they can't cross the street around the area. So they're telling me how we can cross the street. I said, you just get close to any, sergeant or any official can help you for those people who are taking care of the traffic.
Sir, what is the impact of this when we talk about the water attractions of the Nile River, and how can this, definitely this will change the landscape, and again, or let's say automatically talking about the water activities in the Nile as well?
Of course, because, as you know, we used to walk around the River Nile and you can't see the River Nile itself easily because of some buildings being built above or around the Nile Corniche that keep out the view of the River Nile. But the aim of the project will help in this, so you can have a nice view of the River Nile, and it's free. I mean, you don't have to pay any ticket to get through like those clubs that they used to be on the River Nile Corniche. Also will provide a very civilized way, because with the beginning of this century, we knew a lot of cities being developed and being progressed, but Cairo city is still on. So we started with the some suburbs like those in the what we call it Old Cairo, like these places nearby, what we call it the aqueduct. And of course, we need to renovate and restore everything in a civilized way and in a suitable way. And as you know, there is a big project going on around Cairo city in the downtown area. They are repainting, and they are preparing all the and restoring all the buildings that dated back to the 30s and the 40s of the last century. And that will give us a nice view of the downtown area and Cairo city in general. This is a part of a big project of the restoration and the rehabilitation of Cairo city as in general. So it's a part of a mega project that's going on, and I think within 3-4 years we will finish the whole area as well. Last week I've been in the Islamic Cairo, and they started the renovation and the restoration of the Al Hussein Mosque as well, and they are going to prepare the area to be a very nice square next to the Al Hussein Mosque, and in between Al Hussein and the Al Azhar Mosque. This is a very important area as well. This is another part of the project, and so many projects going on around Cairo, like that mega projects of Haya Karima and the whole villages around as well.
Sir, how do you see the repercussions or the impact of all these touristic projects taking place, especially when it comes to Cairo, on the touristic flow?
Beg your pardon, again?
I'm talking about the impact of all these touristic projects, the mega projects taking place, paving the way for more, especially we have now more new roads leading us to some of the main places that are parts of the sightseeing tours in Cairo. So what is the impact of this on the tourism flow?
Yeah, that will attract a lot of tourists. So wasn't that easy for the tourist to have a walk around Cairo by himself? We used to show him how he can get across crossing the streets and so on. And as you know, by the Nile Corniche, there are a lot of hotels, so many hotels around the area, and that will help the traveler or the tourist to have a walk easily through the Nile Corniche, and that will attract more people. And I think in the future, that will be a part of the tour program that the travel agencies are providing for the tourists. We used to have a nice tour, we call it Cairo by night, and we used to have the people in buses getting through Cairo city, but wasn't that easy to let them get out or drop out from the bus and to have a walk by themselves. Because of the traffic and because of the wasn't that easy to walk around Cairo city. So now I think that project will help a lot for us in tourism sector, so we can add the Corniche walk as a part of the program, and will be easy for the tourists. We can give him a free time to have a walk around the River Nile Corniche.
Of course, we know that as you are working as a tour guide, you have many tourists along with you moving on to different places. So please tell us more about the impact of all these new or latest projects taking place in Egypt. How did, or what is the impact of this on people with you? What did they talk, what did they say about the latest projects taking place in Egypt?
You can tell that from the repeaters. I mean, those people who visited Egypt before, before the Arabic Spring, and they come again nowadays, and they said, wow, this is a very, very different that we used to know. And they can't recognize those places that they have visited before because of that development and that, progress going on. So everybody, especially when you met some Arab people that they used to come yearly to Egypt, they can tell you there is a lot of projects and a lot of progress and a lot of development going on in Egypt. Every day, something new. I'm not exaggerating if I say every an hour there is something new added to buildings and to the development that is going on in Egypt in general, not in Cairo city or what is around Cairo and Giza city. A lot of projects going on and a lot of progress, and all this just to provide a suitable and civilized life for the citizens of Egypt at the beginning, and then to export a very important view and a very important impression for those visitors as they come to visit Egypt in general.
And I think you agree with me, because by talking to many of the holiday makers in Egypt, if we are talking, for example, about the repeater guests, which are the most important guests visiting Egypt, they usually say that sometimes they visit a place, when they come back to visit the same place, they feel there is something different.
Of course, yeah. They always say there is something different, and as you know, not only in the downtown area or what is around it, in Egypt, we are changing the whole Egypt, as you can see, and a lot of projects going on, and that will help a lot to give us, or to give us as Egyptian citizens, a very, decent life, a very civilized life, and helping a lot to avoid so many problems that we had before, due to the traffic and due to a lot of things going on around. Now you can easily see what is going on, and you can touch it. Look at those paved roads, look at the overflying bridge, look at that tunnels, look at a lot of things. We need at least 10 episodes of this program to mention the whole development and the whole progress going on in Egypt.
All right, Mr. Said Taha, our tourism expert, thank you very much for joining us. And moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back with more on The Breakfast Show.